You can start.
Good morning, everyone. As a part of the GD, we've got a topic called globalization is a big threat for Indian culture. Yes, I do agree with this topic because global. Yes, I do agree with this topic. Like globalization is a big threat for Indian culture because we are the only ones who taught the entire world about the culture and the rituals. But as we are entering into the
Normally, you can discuss without mic, right? Go ahead.
so as we are entering into the 21st century and like we are inheriting all the foreign cultures instead of continuing our Indian cultures, and we are not like in the future, we're not going to teach our next generation about the true Indian culture because we are inheriting all the foreign cultures and all the foreigners are inheriting the Indian cultures. So, as being Indians, we should be really feel shame about this because we need to know about our culture a lot and we need to keep it safe.
I will agree with Karthik, but it is also affected local culture and as well as current Indian culture. So that we have to change our culture and we have to implement our traditional culture so that we have
I completely do not agree with any of those two because globalization is mixing with inheriting with all the people around us. But that's what we do in India. Like we have different regions, different languages, and different food cultures, and all those things, and we mix them quite well and we be together. But although we have all these resources, all those resources before us. So the same thing happen when globalization occurs. Like all the foreigners will inherit with us, and we will be like taking their inputs and we're giving them inputs and all that stuff like that. So there's no shame in mixing cultures and changing them for good sake. Like we cannot be like a group of frogs in a well. Like we don't have world. We be in our shell and not care about all the other things.
So,
That's what I think.
so according to my view, there will be some pros and cons about this globalization. When coming to the pros, that means our Indian culture has been implemented in most of the countries, and you also know there will be many temples in many countries, abroad countries, and there the people are following our Indian culture. So we will be proud to as an Indian. So, and when coming to the cons, many of us here in the India are following their culture. Means there will be a lot of changes when coming to our dressing styles, our behaviors, our talkings, and the way that because India is mostly we have a very joint families and we have many emotions, relations, and all has been developed in India. But when we see in the abroad, there will be no emotions. Basically, mostly there will doesn't follow these emotions. So I think there will be some pros and cons, and we have to know what we have to follow and what we shouldn't follow. So that's what my opinion about this globalization.
Yes, I do agree with that, but we got so much of development while inheriting other countries' technology and stuff. We improved ourselves by gaining their knowledge about technology, and we are enhancing ourselves and making our own technology by learning the basics from that technology. So I think globalization is so much of useful for our country.
I do agree with my friend's points. Coming to first globalization is interacting with the other countries. That's good. But when coming to it threats to the culture. It, it will destroy to the culture. But globalization has the advantage, provides the new opportunities to the younger generation people. When coming to the disadvantage, it threats to the culture, destroy the Indian culture, and we adopt to the only foreign products and we adopt to only use that products only. cannot make any Indian products like
Yes, I agree with Jyoti's point. Globalization means whole world in one market. It is necessary to build us, which is help us, and changing of trade, which help us to develop. So I agree with the globalization.
Yeah, I agree with what Rujwal said most because globalization in India is what completely means about we have a Indian culture where foreigners have their own culture. We have globalization means inheriting the foreign culture with the Indian culture, but there is a small problem here that Indians are forgetting the Indian culture and completely getting into the foreign culture. That's what I'm slightly sad about it, and we should continue our Indian culture and we should not forget them. We should have our own basics, have our own Indian culture, which is main important.
I totally agree with police, right? We have forgot our local culture and we have to basically merge with our foreign culture so that we have to follow our tradition and culture. So globalization make a valuable change in our Indian culture.
Yes, but actually we are the only ones, right, that we have introduced all this culture and all these programs to the entire world. Because we are the only ones during like during the past years
Every country has their own culture. We cannot disrespect them. Like saying we are the
I'm
only.
not saying I'm not going to disrespect them. I'm saying that why we are forgetting this because we are the only ones who first made the human atom. Like right? During the Mahabharatas, during the
That's
whole
all
things.
mythology, and we cannot bring this into this
It's
topic.
not metal, it's already proven. But what I'm saying
Like,
is,
the topic is getting diverted.
no, I'm saying that all the culture we have forgotten and now we are again getting a good advance in it. So I'm saying that we need to hold up on our roots and we need to dig it deep because during the pandemic also we have seen everyone praised India because of what they said that all the Indian rituals and all the Indian traditions are helping people to gain and to secure from this pandemic. So the entire world see what India was. So I'm saying that we need to improve a lot still because we are the first ones to introduce everything to the world.
Like flight is not introduced by us. Like we got flights from other.
Those are the different right? I'm saying
That's
these
all.
cultures we need to follow.
But all these cultures are gone to other countries only through this globalization.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. Even though they went, we didn't forget. So like we shouldn't forget them in the future also, and we should pass through. We should pass these things to the other generations. That's what I'm
It
saying.
depends. No? Like if I wanted to follow that, I will follow that. If I don't want to, I don't. If I don't want to do, I won't do that.
We have to
Totally
follow our Indian culture.
Like it's not every person is not like the same. Like if you want to eat rice, you will eat rice. But if I don't want to eat, I won't eat that.
As we all love our mother, and in the same way, we should love our Indian culture.
Yeah, that's true. Totally agree with that.
Everyone
Not all
has
people are
own
same.
rules.
Like,
Why there is a rules?
I agree with Saranya's point. What do you say, Raj?
I don't know that point and also friends. So I'm so happy. I'm Indian products and food.
When people migrate from India to other countries, they generally forget the Indian culture and all. They completely change according to that culture.
Because we are seeing in foreign also we have Indian temples,
Indian
right?
temples.
Yeah. It's because of they just want to not forget the Indian culture, right?
see now, the UK president is now in India.
Yeah.
But they are making the culture diverse and making all the other people to rule them, and they are not following any rules there. But why have to we put restrictions on ourselves? Like we should not follow them, or we should not follow these people, or why should we do that?
We should
It's
follow
not that
every.
we should not follow them, but he's saying that we should not forget our culture.
Yeah.
Side. Most of
For example, comparing to villages and towns, when we go to our grandparents' house, they mix this cow dung in the water and they spread it in front of the house. They'll say that mosquitoes won't come, insects won't come.
Yeah.
It's all science. That's it's all the culture, but
All of
in the
them
town
know
it's
that.
not going to happen. So we are able to follow that.
Yeah, that's the older generation one. Now we have all out and good night. They have the better, they do better things, and that's what
Yeah,
evolution
the
means.
advanced one, but these are these are the natural ones, right? Now we are using so many natural ingredients and natural products to take ourselves.
What is natural and what is not natural?
Like, see,
staple is just natural.
we have mama, right? We have mama. It's 100% natural.
Like everything has to come from earth. Like whatever artificial things are, they should come from earth. Like there's no point in natural and not natural thing.
No, but there are different things, right? Like natural and non-natural. We can see a lot of things.
Organic and non-organic things are coming like the same time.
Yeah.
Like the plant in organic one comes from earth. In inorganic one also comes from earth. Like
In organic
ingredients.
ones, there will be no chemicals.
Yes.
Chemicals also come from earth now. Chemicals also from earth now. We don't import them from earth. Mars,
But-
But we will have pesticides not be used.
yeah, the pesticides also we.
They are natural pesticides, right? We give what all the vegetables fields to the paddy fields, right? So these are the natural things, but somewhere now farmers are using
It's not natural.
now farmers are using instead of natural pesticides, they're using all the chemicals.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Then what is well compared to non-organic is the organic.
Okay. Topic got diverted and
So
coming back
that's
to
what
the
I'm
roots of
saying.
culture.
At the end of the discussion, what I mean to say is that all the Indian original things are there, right? So we need to follow them.
Yeah. Nobody is talking.
No, like I'm saying that we shouldn't forget them and we need to follow them.
Like
Because it is our right. It is as being Indians, it is our right.
Yeah, see that is right, but we have to we have not impose anyone to do something like that. We don't need to convince them to follow that.
We are not convincing. I'm
It's
just
our
saying that we need to follow.
responsibility to
Yeah.
follow all
I'm just reading it's a statement.
Yes, that's what I'm asking here. It's about like why should we impose that way? Why should we like put a rule that we have to follow this?
We are not keeping rule, we are just saying that we need to follow because it's like we follow our father's words, right? Whatever
Not
they say,
everything, not everything.
Yeah, okay, you agree.
It's not true. It's a responsibility as an Indian to follow all this culture.
I agree with that.
At the end of the day, we don't forget our Indian culture.
Because wherever we go in future, wherever we go, we get this feel right that yes, everyone should recognize me as an Indian.
What change do you think like? What made a change like our globalization? What changed in India right now? Like what you see from the past to now?
Yeah, because in the past, everyone used to get a lot of knowledge from India, and now they're taking all that knowledge to their countries and they are enhancing. So that's what I'm saying that we need to be here, we need to enhance our country, and we need to prove that again, yes, we are.
The basic knowledge has been developed here, so we need to improve our technologies with our knowledge. That's what we have.
That's what Indian Vajrayana study civilization, all these things we have started with, but there.
Can you conclude? Can you conclude?
So we have both the pros and cons, and everyone has their own thoughts. So whatever, as an Indian, whatever the cultures that we follow, we should treat it as our responsibility to follow all the cultures. And we can also import other fashions, but we must know how we are going to treat with those fashions. That's all. Thank you. to Indian culture. Firstly, globalization is the process of interaction of people across the world to exchange of the Indian culture and some money and technological developments. In the case of technological developments, we got many advantages compared to other countries. But in case of adopting a different culture to India, there is some detriment. Yes, there is, and we are it reflects in our dressing style also. As our Indian culture is very traditional, we are adopting the foreign countries' their culture and we are wearing the Western dressing style. At past we are wearing the saris and dhotis, but now everyone wearing the Western wears.
As globalization brings a change in the society, I think it impacts the because it changes the social and cultural ways. Because our Indian culture is to, as you said, that we wear sarees and dhotis. As I agree with you, because as our Indian culture, we have to follow that. We should not change it. Adopting to a foreign culture and that traditions is not a issue. It's totally all right. It's totally our wish to follow the rules and traditions. If we really like other countries' styles and traditions, we must do that and follow that. But forgetting our traditions and culture is is a thing that we really take into consideration.
Globalization is mainly impacting on industrial pattern and social life of people who living in India.
So, in my point of view, globalization is all about growth and India. Globalization is started with the growth and because of this globalization, the large amount of changes it has made in world nations, and it's moves are replacing with the cryptocurrencies and technologies, and everything is just global globalization. And coming to the topic is globalization is a threat. I think it's known. Even in 2022, we're still following our traditions and everything. And globalization just made India develop. So that's it.
I agree with my friend. Globalization is useful to everyone. Globalization is adapting other kinds of innovations and technology. Globalization is good in some point of view, it's not good in as compared to the Indian culture. Globalization is much more better than our Indian culture is more better than we have some medical values and Indian culture. Our saints have some innovations, the best technologies from the early days only. Globalization has changed industry fashion,
The question is the globalization threat to India? And if the globalization is not only meant for a single thing, globalization can be defined as sharing the thoughts, ideas, technologies, cultures, trends, etc. So it won't be a threat if we take it to a limit, and if we, yeah, it's good to share the technologies, ideas, and etc. Thing, I guess, because we Indians have our own culture, right? So we Indians have our own culture. So nowadays, a lot of people are attracting to their culture, and they're trying to adapt to the culture because they feel like that it's the trend. It's gives some attraction, or they feel like that if I follow the trend, I can attract. I will be more attractive to everyone, but it's not the point. We are very responsible to our culture,
Even it's not as posh as the other countries' cultures, but we have our own culture, and it redefines our ancestors, right? So we just don't left behind the cultures by taking some limits up to like staying in our limits is better, and it won't be a threat to a globalization. Because yeah, it's good to share our ideas, it's good to share our experiences with other countries, because teamwork is always pays more, right? So yeah, it's okay to take it up to some extent, but not there is something we should only take it to an extent, but we just don't left behind our cultures, and we're just totally adapting to their cultures, and we're just leaving behind our cultures, but they are not adapting to our cultures. We can rarely see our cultures in the movies, but in the real time it's not goes like that. So what do you say?
So I agree with you, man. The competition is simple. India is developing with the globalization, and all the MNCs companies and developments are just made by globalization. So it's not a threat, not even a threat. Maybe we will see in the future, but it's a present. It's not a threat to India by the globalization. That's it. Thank you.